Chris Wilde is a man obsessed with time. He runs a website called howtobearetronaut.com, but he's also invented this very clever app. It's called The Retroscope, and it's an encyclopedic cave full of stuff about time. And he's who we've got in the chair today. So, Chris, tell us about The Retroscope.
The Retroscope is a device online and on your mobile phone that allows you or anybody to see the past around them at any time in any place. You and I will be able to go out onto the Heath out here in Greenwich, and I can say to you, so Ruth, where would you like to go? What would you like to see? And you might say, let's see 1940. So I will take out my smartphone and open the Retroscope and flick back through the years and select 1940. And then as we hold up the phone and look around us, look around at the buildings around the Heath, we will see the photographs and images of 1940 superimposed on the scene that we're looking at of that exact space. I think that's very important for me and for people not to time travel, but to understand what resonates for us. What is it that we automatically have a response to, and then to pursue that, rather than, as I did for many years, simply saw the desire to go back in time as ridiculous and therefore not something to pursue. But when I realised that if I could do anything I would go back in time and that that was impossible, then I took that as the starting point, and that led me to where I am. I have always had a strange, to me, awareness of time, and I've had difficulty distinguishing where units of time begin and end. So I very often lose awareness of time, and I very often am late or lose any sense of time having passed. I think we have lost something in society which is causing us a grave problem, and that something is the ability to look back as well as look forward. We're focused on the movement towards a perfect society and getting into 2009 and then 2010, 11, and hopefully finally we'll get there. But I think that there are many things that are of value that we've lost, that have gone before us, which we need to retrieve as well as going forward. And so I want to help people to feel comfortable in looking back and not being frightened of that. As I've got older, also the sense that all of time is happening at once. I find it very hard to comprehend that there aren't all the other things that have been. So we are in a particular location right now, but other people have been here too, just as alive as you and I are now, and just as real and passionate, but all utterly gone. That's very real for me.
So, Chris, you seem to have this absolutely massive passion for time travel, and I just wonder where that comes from, where your inspiration comes from.
I think partly it's to cope with experiences that have been difficult, the longing to go back, the longing to correct, the longing to understand, the longing to put right. And I think that is deeply embedded within me. I think even as a child I felt something of that. I had what I call now a malevolent nostalgia. So I remember watching All Creatures Great and Small, aged 7 or 8, and my father was very bemused because I was in floods of tears that I couldn't go back to this place where they were in time, and it had gone. And I think that's part of my own psychology, but that was the way that it came out, as a grieving for what had been lost.
So what do you think people actually think of you, this man who is completely obsessed with going back in time?
I have a rule, which is that what other people think of me is none of my business. So that's my principal rule. And as a result, I feel very happy to be who I am.
Do you think there's an element of hyper-intelligence about you?
I wish my wife will be watching this, and she would think that was absolutely ludicrous.
What do you want to be remembered for?
the most important thing for me is that in 10 years' time, there is a slight change to the way that we look at time because of the retroscope. I would like us to recognise, perhaps some individuals, perhaps a society, that the past is not obsolete, it's not faded, it's not dusty, it's not dead, it's not even the past, that it is now, and that it is an index of creative possibility. But possibly my favourite line of all is this. Wait a minute. Yes, sir.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you have created, Commander. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
So, yeah, Chris, he's wild, isn't he?
He is Chris Wilde.
Isn't he wild?
He's very wild.
He's so wild. I thought he was great.
I thought he was a very interesting, very passionate kind of a man, really. I mean, incredibly successful, I would have thought.
He's very intense as well, isn't he? I like them intense. I like people who are intense. They make so much sense to me. Definitely.
He was very intense, maybe a little bit too intense. But you have to be passionate, and you have to be, you have to believe in what you're selling and creating. So maybe that intensity comes with it.
It's essential, Ruth. It's absolutely essential. If you don't have intensity, then no one will buy you. Particularly if you're an original like Chris Wilde.
That's very true.
That's absolutely true, isn't it?
But I mean, where's my intensity, huh?
Your intensity is, well, it's between here and here, isn't it? Yes? You think so? Or maybe a bit that. No, somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle. I think so. Yes.
But yeah, no, I think, you know, he was fabulous, and I think he's just on the edge of becoming really successful.
Oh yes, he's definitely bound for great things.
Bound for great things, and we caught him before all of this happened, which is the trick.
And that is the trick. So aren't we good?
We're very clever.
We're very, very good, aren't we?
Is that a wrap, Jez?
That's a wrap, Ruth.